a new book in geography, that is the Contemporary India, Book 1, in which we are going to study about all the physical features and the geographical features of our country. So, our today's first chapter is India, size and location. So before going to start the chapter, let's watch a short video to know some interesting facts about the size and location of our country.
India, an influential nation in South Asia, also known as the Asian tiger, is home to the world's second largest population. It is a country of bulk variety, tradition, the most sundry nation in the world. Whether it concerned religious, cultural, or ethnic diversity. India is located entirely in the northern hemisphere, specifically in the southern central part of the continent of Asia. It is also known from archaeological evidence that a highly sophisticated urbanized culture. India remains one of the most ethnically diverse countries in the world. Apart from its many religions and sects, India is home to innumerable castes and tribes, as well as to more than a dozen major and hundreds of minor linguistic groups from several groups families related to one another. It is located in the largest continent of the world, that is Asia. India, as already I told you, is located in the northern hemisphere. So now let's look upon the size and location of our country, India.
So students, in this chapter we are going to study few topics, that is the location of our country, means at which hemisphere, in which altitudes, longitudes and latitudes our country is situated. Then after that we will study about the size of our country, means the area, boundaries and other things, that we will study the size of the country. Then after that, India and the world, means what is the place of our country, where the world, and also the relation of India with the other countries, that we will study in the third topic. Then after that, the next topic will be India's neighbor. As we know, many countries are touching their boundary with our country. So, they are coming under the neighbors of our country, that we will study under the topic India's neighbor. So, let's start our today's chapter with the location of our country. So, first we are going to study about the location of our country. So, students, as you can see on the map, our country is equally stretched into all sides. Means if you see from southern part of our country to the northern part of our country, it is around 30 latitudes, and if you will see from the eastern part of our country to the western part of our country, it is again around 30 longitudes. But if you will see the location of our country on the globe, as we know, our earth is divided equally into two hemispheres through the equator line. So, through the equator line, it is divided into northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. So, here our country is situated in the eastern part of the northern hemisphere, which is totally slight on the southern portion. Our country is far from the equator, around 8 degrees and 4 minutes north. which is stretched up to 37 degree 6 minutes north in the latitude. We will talk about the vertical division of our country. Vertically, our country is divided from 68 degrees 7 minutes east to 97 degree 25 minutes east. It is the longitude. And that is the location of our country on the globe. Secondly, if we will talk about the division of our country, there is a Tropic of Cancer. Which is situated at 23 degree and 30 minutes north. And this Tropic of Cancer is dividing our country into two equal parts, that is the northern part and the southern part. So it is the exact location of our country. In this we can include two more things also, that is the Lakshadweep, Iceland, and the Andaman Nicobar, Iceland. So students, now let's see our next topic, that is the size of our country, India. So what is the size of our country? Generally, the size can be calculated area-wise. So here also, as we know, our country is having a big geographical structure. So the total landmass of our country is about 3.28 million square kilometers. The total landmass area of our country is 3.28 million square kilometers, which is only 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. So it is only 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. So due to that, our country is situated at the 7th place at the world area-wise. So for that, just look on a bar graph which is also provided in your book. How many countries are there which are having a big landmass area as compared to the India?
So students, just look at the figure number 1.2, which is provided in your book, and it is according to the census of year book 2015. If you will see in this bar graph, there are total 7 countries which are known as the largest country of the world, and our country India is situated at the 7th place with the total area of 3.28 square kilometer, which is after Australia. And if you will see, the area of our country is totally less than half of Australia as well. Australia's land mass is 7.69 square kilometer. If you will see, the first country which is having the largest area, that is Russia, which is having 17.09 million square kilometer, which is the largest area of the world. And then after that, after the Russia, Canada, USA, China, Brazil, Australia, and at the seventh place it is India. So it is the landmass area of our country. Now let's see what are the land boundaries and the coastlines of our country.
So now let's see what are the land boundaries and the coastline boundaries of our country. As we can see, our country is having two types of boundaries. First is the land boundary from the northern side, and the southern side our country is having the coastline boundary. So first of all, the land boundary. The land boundary is covered with the new folded mountain known as Himalayas. It is stretched from eastern part, northeast part, the northern part and the western part. It is totally covered with the new folded mountain Himalaya, which is also categorized into three parts, about which we will study in our second chapter. So, if we will talk about the land boundary. The land boundary of our country is around 15,200 kilometers, including the eastern, northern and the western part of our country. Second, if we will talk about the coastline boundary. We will see on the map the coastline boundary of our country stretched around the coastline boundary of our country is around 7,516.6 kilometers, which includes Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep Island. So it is the land boundary. It is how much? 15,200 kilometers. And the coastline boundary is around 7,516.6 kilometers, which includes Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep Island. And that is the size of our country. The total geographical area 3.28 million square kilometer, which is including the land boundary 50,200 kilometer and the coastline boundary 7,560.6 kilometer. So it is the size of our country. Then inside of our country, what is the distance from east to west and distance from north to south, and the time zone of our country and where it is situated. Now let's see the distance from east to west, north to south and the time zones of our country. So students, as you can see on the map, the stretch of our country from east to west, distance from east to west, it is around 2,933 kilometers from Arunachal Pradesh to Gujarat. And you can see from north to south. From north to south, it is around 3,240 kilometers. It is from north to south. If you have it is around 30 degree, and from east to west it is around 30 degree. So if the difference is only 30 degree, so why there is a difference between the distance? That is due to the altitude areas of our country. So that's why the distance is looking high. Although both the parts are equally having the longitudinal and the latitudinal differences, which is around 30 degree. Now let's see what is the time zone and what is the time lag between two parts from east to west. The time lag is around of 2 hours. It is 2 hours, which is equally divided into two parts, and the standard meridian of our country is situated at 82 degree and 30 minute east, which is also known as the time zone of our country, and this standard meridian is equally dividing our country into two time zones. One is of 1 hour from Arunachal to Mirzapur, and then after that again 1 hour from Mirzapur to Gujarat. So this standard meridian is situated in Mirzapur. This is situated in which state? Uttar Pradesh, in UP. So here we can see the distance from east to west is 2933 kilometer. Then the distance from north to south, it is 3214 kilometer. Then after that the time lag between east to west, it is of 2 hours, and then after that the standard meridian, which is situated at 82 degree 30 minute east, in which state? In Uttar Pradesh at Mirzapur. So that is the size and the location of our country. So students, we have studied now the size and location. Now let's see our next topic, that is India and the world. We all know that India is the most ancient civilized country. Also, its relation with other countries are very good. Many countries came in our country for their trade and commerce. You can see on the map, which is also provided in your book. Here, our country is having the sea passes and the air passes with other countries, and also having a central location in the Asian continent. Not only in the Asian continent and the nearby continents as Australia and Africa, it is having a central location. And this location and the sea routes are a kind of trans with other countries. So due to that routes, India is having a good relations with other countries. Here, the sea routes and the air routes were discovered around 800 to 1000 years ago. But before that also, our country was having the trade and commerce and the passes with other countries through the land. These routes were known as the mountainous route, the passes, the valleys, and the Silk Route. Silk Route is also a very, we can say, the earlier route through which India was having the good relations and the trades with the other countries. Here, one interesting fact that many countries are having the oceans, but no one country or the continent is having the name of the ocean after the name of the country. But here we are having an ocean, that is Indian Ocean, which is having the name after the country India. Why? Because our country is having the longest coastline under a ocean. So that is the reason due to which the Indian Ocean is having the name after the country. Students, you might be wondering that many countries are following the culture and the activities of our country. These are not passed through our country at right now, but these were passed to other countries in the ancient time when the sea routes and the air routes were not discovered. So, through land routes, the country was having the relations with the other country. Now, let's see a video through which we will become to know more about the condition of our country over the world.
A wealth of historic artifacts in India is testament to the rich heritage of the country. India is amongst the top 10 countries in the world in terms of the number of World Heritage Sites. Geographically, India is located to the south central part of the continent of Asia. Peninsular part of India, which protrudes to the Indian Ocean for about 1600 kilometers, has benefited it in many ways. Not only the peninsular location, but also its placement in the south central part of the continent of Asia is highly beneficial to the country. The importance of the geographical location of India is on the basis of central trade routes and long coastline defense, and it is here a good effect of Indian Ocean. If we will talk about the central location, India is centrally located on the eastern hemisphere. Western and eastern part of America are equidistant from India. Even the natural boundaries are favorably located from the defense point of view. And politically, India plays a very crucial role in today's world order. Among SARS nations, India stands as the largest in terms of area and people. So, about the relation with nearby countries, which are also known as the neighbor country of India, we will study in our next video.
Students, here our today's lecture is complete. In the second part, we will study about India's neighbor and the relation with other countries and also some interesting fact. So for that, keep watching SST June.